what was it called? The Idaho, yeah. Nice place. And I got up early in the morning to get a, I don't care for flash pictures, please. I sure appreciate it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they scare me. And I went up the street early in the morning to get myself a newspaper. And a young fellow stepped out of the doorway and said, "Hey man, you got any spare change?" Now you've heard that. Well, I said no. Not that I'm an ungenerous soul. I fling money about with abandon when I've got it. But I said to him, "Now, listen, young fella, I want you to go away. I'll wait right here. I want you to get a gunny sack or a pillowcase, put a rock in it, put it over your shoulder, and then walk up to me and say, 'Excuse me, mister, but I've got a chicken in this bag. I'm going to go on to the edge of town and cook it up. But I haven't got any salt. Could you spare some change for some salt?'" You get the difference? I said, "I'll pay for the story. I want you to gaff me. What is a gaff? Well, how does a fisherman get the fish? Use the gaffing hook. What is the fish? That's the mark. How do you gaff the rubes when you're piping the stem, for Christ's sake? Are you following me?" All right. I mean, what is that? "Hey man, got any spare change?" I want to rattle these spare change artists and say, where is your sense of drama? Where is the sense of the theater of your situation? All the things that you can do with that. I learned from gaffing artists. I mean, solid gaffing artists. My God. And it's all around us. It's the genius of the American people, part of the genius of the American people. I was driving through, well, it was in Cambridge, and I stopped at a median, where's a median strip there. I stopped to wait for light to change. Big, tall, skinny fellow standing there dressed in rags with a big folded cardboard sign. And the top of the sign said, "What is the greatest nation on earth?" Got your attention. You let it flip down, it said, "Donation." That's good for a couple dollars, isn't it? I'll pay for the story. Let's see. Donna Devine. Donna Devine lived up in Butte, Montana. Worked down at the Copper King as a waitress. Not any good wages in Butte. There's no good wages in Butte anymore. She wanted to go to a wedding in Florida. Now this is an ironclad gaff, folks. She wanted to go to Florida. She had maybe enough money for gas for her old car. She started off over the belly of the continent in the dead of winter. At midnight, hopefully in the driving sleet and snow, she would pull into a run-down, greasy truck stop. She would walk into the restaurant, sit in a dimly lit back booth, take a cupcake out of her purse, put it on the table in front of her, take out a candle, put it in the cupcake, and light it, and softly sing "Happy Birthday" to herself. Broke those truckers' hearts. Broke their hearts. She didn't have to pay for nothing, going or coming. Now that's genius. That's American know-how, by God. I should be teaching this stuff in high school. We've got to know this stuff pretty soon anyway. It should be in the scout manual. Hey, Boy Scouts out there, gaffing should be in your manual. I'll come and teach you. I mean, everybody's got a gaff. Teachers got a gaff. Preachers got a gaff. Lawyers got I've got a gaff. God, no, I'm doing it right now. Right. Well, let's see. Oh yeah, Shorty. Rode DNRG and Western up through the Moffat Tunnel with him. He was an older gaffer. A little meaner, I guess. His gaff, when we get down in toward Denver, he'd go to a supermarket parking lot. And he had a pocket full of these long balloons. You make balloon animals, a nickel's worth. And he would wait for a couple to come out of the store with a little kid in tow between them, and he would kneel down in front of them, arresting their course, and he would pull out those balloons and stretch them and blow them up and wrench them together into the rough semblance of a small puppy. He wasn't any good at it. And the little kid would reach for it and say, "This puppy costs $1. Well, that's your old man for $1. Well, the kid's over tugging on the old man's pants, whimpering, and while he's over there, Shorty takes out his knife, opens it up, and holds the blade up to the balloon. Says, "You wouldn't want me to kill the puppy in front of the little kid, would you?" Yeah, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Let's see, one more. Dawdlin Bill. Now, Dawdlin Bill lived up at the world's slowest human, Dawdlin Bill. I don't make this stuff up. Yeah. I don't know. I was never oversold on reality myself. It never did anything for me. Never did anything for any of us. Look at us. We earned the right to make up as much of it as we can possibly get away with. That's the storyteller's creed. Wow, Dawdlin Bill, he jungled up out in back of the Speedway Diner in Forsyth, Montana. and it was Montana Bo. He's the one who had skillfully embroidered on the outside of his bindle in Latin, Morizante Servitium, death before employment. Words to live by. Well, I'm the world's slowest human. Oh my God. Dawson Bill said to me one day, he said, he was slow. I was born with a finite amount of hurrying power. If I squander my hurrying power fruitlessly racing about, a dire event will transpire, and I won't be able to get out of the way in time, and I will be done for. But if I hoard my hurrying power, and that event transpires, I will unleash it all at once, and you will see me move like a rocket. The most exhaustive excuse for being lazy I ever heard. Suits me fine. I saw that man make $30 an hour on the streets of Spokane down on Washington. $30 an hour. His gap, he'd fall in step, generally with a young couple walking on the sidewalk there, and he'd engage them in conversation. He'd say something like, well, you know, I used to be a magician years ago, and I was sleight of hand, legerdemain, I was good at it. But too much booze and too many late hours, and nobody wants a magician anymore anyway. I used to be able to take a dollar bill and roll it up tight and push it up one side of my nose and pull it out the other. It's a cheap trick. Well, 3 out of 5 people would go for it. He'd take the dollar bill, roll it up tight, jam it into his nose, and say, well, I guess I forgot how to do it, and try to hand it back. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. On a train out of Salt Lake. I always wanted to sing the song when I finally got around to it. I'm walking through your town in the snow. I'm walking through your town in the snow. Do they know this? No, that's not right, Mark. Well, I'll tell you. I've got no place to go. The trains are running slow, and I'm walking through the town in the snow. It's getting dark and all the bars are closed. It's getting dark and all the bars are closed. It's so cold I can't think, I could really use a drink, and I'm walking through your town in the snow. Don't these little prairie towns look the same? Don't these little prairie towns look the same? How the winter breezes blow when the mission doors are closed. I'm walking through your town in the snow. I carry my home on my back. I carry my home on my back. But the police only frown every time I lay it down, and I'm walking through your town in the snow. There's some fellas jungled up by the yard. There's some fellas jungled up by the yard. They'll be cooking up down there, but I have nothing left to share, and I'm walking through your town in the snow. Well, maybe I can rustle up a job. Maybe I can rustle up a job. But there's nothing I can do. My best working years are through, and I'm walking through your town in the snow. Don't think I'll ever find a way back home. I don't think I'll ever find a way back home. I can see my golden years shining through the frozen tears. I'm walking through your town in the snow. I'm walking through your town in the snow. I'm walking through your town in the snow. I've got no place to go, for the trains are running slow. I'm walking through your town in the snow. I'm walking through your town in the snow.